Going to a foreign country for the first time means that you hire someone who is from there, or that you go with someone who has been there before. Such a person needs to know where are the famous museums, churches, and equally importantly, where are the bathrooms. Such a tour guide will show you where to go and where not to go. He or she will also know what are the best times to visit certain places and at what time of the day to avoid other places. Israel is a very difficult place. Palestine and Israel have been trying to resolve their conflict for over 50 years. Unfortunately, this conflict is doing very well as we speak. In my time here in Israel, in the Holy Land and Palestine, I have been lucky enough to encounter several great tour guides. These women and men have been very knowledgeable. They gave us great advice. They gave us different outlooks at different difficult situations here in the Holy Land. They were Jews, they were Muslims, they were Christians of various backgrounds, and yet each one of them was not afraid to say that there is no easy solution to today's situation in the Holy Land. Each one of them also was not afraid to point out that a part of the fault rests with his or her own people. The first reading for this Sunday from the book of Jeremiah starts in a scary way. Jeremiah, in the name of God, says, "Woe to the shepherds who mislead the people of my flock. Woe to the shepherds." I'm thinking, what would happen to me if the shepherds or tour guides on my trip to Israel had misled me? If they misinformed me? What would happen to me if they took me to dangerous places at dangerous times? If they gave me some simple black and white answers? If they told me it's all the fault of Jews? Or if my Jewish tour guide told me if only Muslim Arabs could behave better, we would have no issues whatsoever. Luckily for me, none of my tour guides was offering such easy, simple, black and white solutions to very difficult questions. And today I'm thinking about my friends and parishioners back in the US. As we are pondering and trying to make sense of this yet another tragic shooting in Chattanooga, we are asking again, how come this could happen? What is the point and sense in this another pointless and senseless tragedy? How can we avoid another event like that? And some shepherds, some leaders, some politicians will come with a very simple solution. They will say, oh, it is the Muslim immigrants that caused all the trouble. Just like a few weeks ago, after the shooting in the African American church, some other politicians were blaming white extremists for everything that is wrong in our world. This time, others will blame Muslim immigrants for what is happening in our country. And yet, As I think of this warning from Jeremiah today, I am tempted to say that none of these answers, none of these black and white solutions makes sense in God's eyes. None of the black and white solutions will make sense out of difficult situation that Israel and Palestine find themselves in today. And equally, none of the black and white answers will provide us with a valid way out of the very difficult time and problems that we are facing in the US. Woe to the shepherds who mislead my flock. The psalm that we sing today speaks of the Lord as our good shepherd. We all know this psalm by heart. The Lord is my shepherd. Truly, when you think of the answers that Jesus provided to his disciples and listeners, you will realize that he never gave a simple black and white answer, simple yes or no. Every time somebody asked Jesus, Master, what do you say? He would come up with a story. He would tell us a story and allow us ourselves to draw our own conclusions. When somebody asked him, who is my neighbor? He told them a story of a loving Samaritan who took care of someone who hated him. Think of Jesus as a good shepherd. Think of Jesus as a tour guide who doesn't give you black and white answers. Think of Jesus as a tour guide who invites you to think on your own, who challenges you to ask yourself, how can I be a part of the solution? How can my life, how can my deeds, how can my thinking and praying be a part of solving this problem and not adding yet another layer to very difficult situation here in Israel and back at home? Thank you for listening, and I am very much looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. God bless.